Good morning, everyone. It's Joker, and today we are back with another slime video, and it has happened. We have finally reached the end of the 14-day login period for the free Adalman tickets, which means I now have the multi that I need to pick his pity ass up. So, it was requested that I do this last ticket multi in the video, in which case, if I do happen to pull him, you can see all of my rage and frustration all vent out at once. And if I don't, then you can see all of my rage and frustration vent out at once when I trade these stupid things in for him. So either way, you win, I'm gonna lose, so yeah, this will be the intro to his showcase, I guess, is where we'll put this. So let's do the multi! Hooray! I can't wait! Okay, daylight. Red, fake out, red screen? Fake out? No? Purple aura? Purple? You're not gonna go purple. It's not gonna go purple. You didn't go purple. Okay, well. Huzzah! What do you know? I waited 14 days for nothing. Well, I guess it's not nothing, because, you know, I am gonna get him on pity. But yeah, that was a whole pity run without Adalman. Great. Not that I've ever done that before. Alright, well, at least we have him. This means I have the whole of the Earth 2.0 meta, which, you know, after we've received it, is a worse meta than Space 2.0, which then makes me realize that maybe I should have actually picked up Rain and Leon. So, oh well. Mistakes were made. You live and you learn, right? The Chad is here to make us feel a little bit better about ourselves as we pull this 4-star Light Spirit. And look at that, we have reached 200 Bazaar points, which means, huzzah, we have received Adalman. Hehe, none of you know your place, you're fools. You're damn right I am. Whatever. I don't even want to watch this. I don't care. Alright, well, we have him. I will go... What does he even use, actually? I don't even know. Obviously, I need a new Earth Jacket that I didn't prep for him because I'm dumb. And you probably use a book, because everyone used a book. This entire meta, everyone used a fucking book. Alright. Yeah, we'll be back when he's all done, and I've got a book made for him, so we'll see you soon. I just want you to know how fucking stupid this Reforged thing is. Alright, look at this. 58 times I had to reforge this motherfucking stupid Mantle of Firm Ground. I already don't like Adalman. I haven't even used him. I haven't even leveled him up. I've just made his book, which took 3 reforges. And then I go make his jacket, and it takes 58. Go fuck yourself. Okay, we can start the showcase now. Hooray! I love forging gear. I'm already in a bad mood. And this skeleton is not going to make it any better. Alright? We have Adalman now. We have all of Earth 2.0. We've got Benimaru. We've got Mirin. We've got Adalman. We've got Clayman. Okay, he is magic. He uses a book, obviously. His skills, he is an AoE unit, and he increases the guard rate of the ally with the lowest HP by 15% for his ult effect, which is kind of ass, because no one else is really giving guard on this 2.0 team. You can run Golem, and I guess you could increase that. I don't actually know if it increases or not. It might just... because it's an effect. I actually don't know. We'll test that out today. If the Golem's 80% guard rate will stack with this 15, or if it will just take over because the 80% is higher. We'll find out. His first skill, chance to inflict deadly poison. So, during the Clayman showcase, we used, Wind Xion, and used her normal poison, and saw how much that did with and without the 30% buff. So now we will also compare how much normal poison does against deadly poison, and see how much more effective it is. And then he also buffs our defense by 25% for 3 turns, which is actually fairly decent, all things considered, especially since this Tempered Edge stage hits decently hard. So having that extra defense, along with like the physical attack resistance, alongside the crit defense, like we can tank fairly well once we use this. And then his second skill is decreases their physical attack by 15%, so that's where that was coming from, for 2 turns. And then stacks poison damage by 30%. So he is the one inflicting poison, and then both him and Clayman both have the 30% unlimited stack of poison damage. So if you keep resetting and you keep stacking this, you can go in, in a perfect world, 60%, 60%, 60%, if you ever get a bunch of greens, which we know this team is kind of running on, but also can't really make. So his trait, if I had trait, is 70% or higher HP increases his own guard rate by 12%, which again, I'm not sure. I think that stacks because it's trait, and traits always stack on top of other things. So, but again, I don't have dupes for him. There ain't no way. And 75% or higher HP, I guess. You've got Trainee to heal, you've got Mirin to heal. Now we have some extra defense, but it's kind of a high limit right there. You're going to drop below that pretty fast if you're just taking ults. So I don't know how effective it is, and it's only guard rate. It's not crit damage, it's not pierce damage, it's not protection trait. So yeah, let's go test out his poison stuff first. Alright, so we're going to test out, on just like a Predator battle, the difference between normal poison from Xion and deadly poison from Adalman, and then we'll see how much it will stack up when we start using the 60% buffs. So this is a good place to test it. The thing's not going to die. Also, I believe poison damage is based off of how much attack the enemy has, or it's based off how much attack your own unit has. So I'll have to check in on that in a bit. So we'll do this test first, and then I'll look it up, and then we'll correct ourselves later down the video. So let's go ahead and see how much this does. Like I said, the game doesn't tell you what the multiplier is for poison, just that it's based on someone's attack stat, and doesn't really specify how much more damage deadly poison does versus normal poison. So, science time. Clayman's intro. Actually, I haven't seen that before. Okay. Alright, we need some skill points first, right? Okay, well, that works. I guess we can test out Adalman's damage, too, while we're at it. So let's do that, and then we'll send all this. And 26, 26. Okay, 26. He's got really low attack because, this is a defensive-oriented team. So, alright. Let's bring Xion back in. Hopefully I can hit her poison, because it's not guaranteed, right? It's like 78%, 76%, so... Okay, it is poisoned. Oh. That's new. It didn't used to blink like that, did it? Huh. Okay. Well, let's wait a turn and see how much damage it does to this centipede thing. And it does 602 damage. All right. So I'm pretty sure it's based off of this thing's attack. No, I don't really know. Okay. It might be based on Xion's attack because it's super low. Okay. Yeah, I think it's based on my applying unit's attack stat. All right. So 602 damage. Now the second question is, do they stack? Does poison and deadly poison stack? This is guaranteed, so it will hit. And it does not. Oh, okay. But how long is Xion's poison skill for? It's also for 3 turns. Okay, so they do not stack. So then let's send another couple orbs and we'll see how much higher it is than the 602. If it is any higher, or maybe it just got canceled out. 1881. So again, Adalman has higher attack stats, 66 versus 58. But I mean, that's what, like triple the damage? 6, 12, 18? Yeah. So obviously that is a lot higher, but I can't really test with anyone else who has a reasonable attack stat. I guess I could try and take the book off and make his attack stat the same as Xion. But then let's begin stacking up the power. So poison damage here, and poison damage here. So now that's 60% poison, right? Poison damage by 60% right there. Okay, cool beans. So let's use Benimaru for funsies, and then let's keep stacking up the poison, I guess. See how high we can get it. Alright, and our counterattack. And it does 3,000 damage, so almost doubled. Okay, so let's do it again, because we reset the skill cost. So that's 120% skill, or poison damage. 120 right here, yep. Okay, so then let's send Adalman's ult. We can actually watch it this time. It is an AoE. Disintegration. You know, should be a light skill, right? But it's not. Alright. He does 6,500. Wow, that's terrible. Okay. That is awful. Okay, but how much damage does the poison now do with 120% after our counterattacks? 1, 2, and 3. And it did 4138. Okay, so another 1,100 point jump. It does 52. So it goes up by about 1,100 apiece, at least here in this fight. I don't know if that will carry over, but I mean, an extra 1,000 damage for 30 skills could be worse, right? And it's going on to everybody, right? This applies to everyone, yeah, to all targets. So I mean, it will, like the counterattacks, whittle them down. And I believe you can increase that effect with Velzard's Frostbite if for some reason you happen to be running Velzard on this team. She does change to green, so it is a possibility. So that 180% that we have right now could be even higher with that extra multiplier with Velzard. But I mean, I guess you could run her. But I think... No, yeah, you could run her. Okay, well... That's a good test right there. Let's see if the trait affects the guard rate now, just for funsies, because I don't think I've ever tested that before. Okay, so we have Adalman's ult, and looks like Clayman has the lowest health, so he will receive that extra guard boost. So let's go ahead and use that first. And that, how long does that last for? 2 turns? Yeah, 2 turns. So let's use the guard from the golem, and then we'll see if it's a stackable thing where they're both lit up, or if the trait is canceled out. I think it should. It's not trait; it's an ult effect. So okay, he didn't get any other additional buff on him. So let's check it out real fast. 1 counter, 2 counter. All right. So we have. No, it does get canceled out. Wow, that's kind of unfortunate. Alright, so... Even though it comes from a different skill, like one's a protection trait, one's an alt effect, I thought that them being separated by that would make them stackable, but they are both temporary buffs at the end of the day, so they are not stackable. Well, that's also good to know. Alright, let's take them into an actual fight now. Alright, we're going to take the entirety of the Earth 2.0 meta into Conquest Milim. We've got Benimaru for the counterattacks. You know, Adalman is now giving us that 3 turns of defense, which can be helpful against Milim's insane Pierce power. We've got, you know, end of turn heals. We're going to try and stack some poison on her to see if that makes any real lasting effect on an actual opponent who is difficult, and see if it helps us kill her any faster. Like, on paper it should, but I want to see how effective it is in real combat against a boss who is still, you know, mildly difficult for a lot of people. Like, this Milim still hits ridiculously hard, even for seasoned players like myself, or some of the big sweaty tryhards. Like, she can kill you very easily. If she really hates someone, she will. So let's see if we get a good opening hand where we can bring Adalman in. You know what? I will take that. Okay. Let's get Adalman in for Clayman and Mirren in for Aaron. Alright, so let's send Clayman last. Or not Clayman, Adalman. God, man at the end of it. Alright, so let's do that. We'll have Benimaru next turn. We have no extra defense right now, except on Valentine. That's from the Golem's trait, I believe. Or it might be Benimaru's trait, one of the two. Alright, she guarded that last hit, unfortunate. That's a lot of Adalman cards right there. 1, 2, oh, yeah, see? Alright, so let's use the Deadly Poison and stack our... Actually, hold on. Let's do this instead. Let's get Clayman in here for Valentine. Yes. Okay, so now let's use Poison, and then we'll stack damage, and also continuous heal, and get physical resistance, and the defense buff. So now we should have... Actually, well, it doesn't matter because she's magic, so unfortunate, but, you know, we do have extra defense now, which will allow us to tank it a little bit better. And now everyone has counterattacks. Maybe I should have taken Mirren out, but, oh well, if she dies, she dies. She's not really the point of the showcase. So let's see how much damage this poison does now, in a realistic setting. Alright, there's a counterattack for 5,000, want a crit, okay, 33. Another 33, and another 33. And then the poison does 6,100. Okay. I mean, that was 2 counterattacks worth of damage for poison. And it's going to happen 2 more turns. So that's not the worst thing in the world. Let's go ahead and get 2 more stacks on there. Because we can, we have the points. That's going to be all the points we have. But let's go ahead and send these blues. It does not get us protection gauge, which is unfortunate. We'll keep Mirren in because she's still got the counterattacks and the defense buff, so she'll be okay for now. 7,000. Okay, that's pretty bad. Alright, there's a counterattack. 3,400. And now how much damage do we do on the poison? Should be, what, like 7,200 or something like that? Now we've gotten some stacks in. 84. Okay, that jumped up even higher. Okay. I mean, that is considerable damage. You know, that did more damage than Adalman's ult. Let's put it in context, right? That did more than his ult. Granted, the ult was unboosted. We don't really have any boosters here except for Mirren's Earth buff, which is still stacking up to full power, which it probably would have done equivalent damage then to that poison. Milim is going to ult here. The poison is also about to remove itself after this turn. How much health do you have left? 21. I don't think we have enough to kill her here, though. That's the thing. Let's get Clayman and Mirren out of here, and we'll just tank this attack. Hopefully. Alright. We didn't have enough points to do any more poison stacks because we're not getting greens. It's unfortunate. We got that first hand and then none really. Alright, that hurt. No more counterattacks. And poison does another 8,400. We got that end of turn heal on Adalman, so let's go ahead and send this. Can we poison her again? We can. So he still has that, you know, what's 80%, or no, hold on. 120%. So that's another 8,000 damage we're going to do next turn. So she's going, if we don't kill her here, she's going to die from poison. Which she dies anyway, so it doesn't matter. So, you know, 3 turns that did 8, 16, 24,000 points of damage, give or take. I mean, that's not bad. That's definitely not bad. Would I go out of my way to summon for these units because of that? Hell no. No. You'd rather have 24,000 damage from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 skills? Or would you like, you know, Hinata and the water team, and for 5 skills you can do 400,000 damage, right? Because, you know, Hinata's buff, the alt buff, the water buff, the crit buff, and then the alt boosting from Hinata. Yeah, I think I'd rather have that for 5 skills than that for 5 skills. So, you know, context is necessary. But we did beat it, and no one died, and we did considerable damage. So we were able to make use of the poison and the stacking. and the defense. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure Mirin would have died from those 3 hits that she took, alongside everything else. So, not terrible. Let's go into the real test, which is Tempered Edge now, which is what everyone really wants to see. Alright, this will probably be the last part of the video because it's already probably getting long, and this fight will probably take a while, because we are going right into EX3 to see just how well the full team works, alright? I'm not going to use Clayman or Adalman on any other team because he won't really benefit other teams, just like Clayman won't really benefit from being other teams. They're meant to be used on this team. They are not a jack-of-all-trades unit like Hinata, like Milim, like Shizu or Shion. They're not dedicated DPSs. They are strictly debuff support for themselves and this team alone. So trying to put them on like the win team, the space team, is just a waste of a slot. So honestly, don't try it. Don't summon for him. Like, I now see what he can do. You know, in combination with Clayman and their double stacking, can be effective. Can be. Is it actually? Not really. So let's do you for Mirin, and then we will continue always to keep bashing Leon into the ground first. So we'll send Clayman last. Now, the way that I have this team set up, Valentine's defense is a tad bit higher than her attack stats, so we can use Mirin's stat swap and not nerf ourselves, right? It worked out pretty well that way. Alright, so what do we want to do here? We can ult deny, which I kind of want to do. We can also start poisoning once we get Adalman up here. So let's go ahead and do this. So let's lower their crit damage and give them start to debuff them. Alright. And then let's go ahead and get Adalman up here for Clayman. And then we will use his own physical attack resistance down, which will again help us tank. And then we'll use the poison, which will then give us defense. And this will be 60% poison, plus the poison, plus defense, plus physical resistance, plus crit resistance. So we should actually... I kind of actually want to tank this now. Let's use Mirin's heal as well, for funsies. Alright, and then we can use Benimaru. What are we missing as far as sorting? So the orb change and then the poison. Yeah, I'm okay. I want to boost these greens, since we have a few, and this will get us actually quite a few points back. Now that 70 points off 3 greens is not bad. Definitely not bad. Alright, so 286. That was absolutely nothing. Holy crap. You were doing jack crap. Okay, how much does this ult do? Is it going to do less than 500 damage? It did 2,000. Okay, that's still, fairly decent, right? He's back at full health. It's like he didn't even take an ult. Okay. That is fairly effective. I didn't see how much damage they took. How much did you take? 169 to 183. So that was... Oh, she took some counterattacks too, though. Okay, we'll have to watch next time. Actually pay attention, Joker. Come on, what are you doing? Alright, let's send that. We got another ult coming. 284 damage. That's hilarious, actually. That's actually freaking good. Alright, Frostbite. Now he's going to ult for another... He did 17 against Adalman. And we're healed back up. I again didn't see how much damage he did. Oh, crap. Alright, hold on. Okay, so I checked, and Leon took 6,400 damage, and Velzar took 54. So, so we have poison damage by 60%, and we have poison damage by 60%. So why did it do much less against you? Attack 13,500, attack 16,000. I don't know why it did 1,000 points less on Velzard versus Leon. That's kind of odd. Man, we still have all the defense, do we? Let's do this. Let's just work on getting Mirin's ult now. We don't have counterattacks anymore, do we? No, we don't. And we're also missing one of the defenses right there, because we took a lot more damage That might be because of her attack buffs, though. So that might be what that's happening right there. Let's go ahead and... Let's go ahead and keep using everything. So let's get... let's get poison, physical attack resistance, defense, another stack, so that should be 90% poison right there. Alright, and then also Miren's heal. Actually, hold on. I want to do this instead. Let's get you out, and then... What's more important, the heal or another stack? So let's get another... Oh, okay, so let's do this. Oh, we can't do it anyway. Alright. Well, it doesn't matter then. I don't know what I'm doing. Let's get these oranges out of here. And we'll take this ult. And this counter. Ooh, that did a lot of damage for a counter. This could hurt. This could hurt a lot, actually. Hold on. 5,000. Okay, well, that's fine. Oh, that did a lot of damage against you, because you didn't have any extra buffs. Ooh, okay. You need to get some heals, but you also need to go away. So, let's do this. And then we'll send these Adalman orbs. We haven't really gotten any Mirin orbs, which is unfortunate. We can get Benimaru back online for some counterattacks, which we've been really, really missing out on. Alright, 2,000, 1,800 damage. Alright, so... let's do... Okay, so let's do that. And then let's reset everything in this hand right here. And then we will reapply. Alright, so there's more poison, more debuffs, so that's 120 now. Yeah, 120 poison damage. And, oh, we did not have enough for that orb change. Okay, we'll do this instead. 4,000, 3,100. Okay, back to taking very little damage. Frostbite, 2,000 damage on Aaron, 1,500 on Adalman. Alright. He's got an ult coming, so let's orb change this. I don't want to send Mirin away because she's going to get an ult, and I'm going to pray that we can tank this. I want to severely pray that we can tank this ult and not die. 3,000, 3,100, 3,200. Because this will be triple ults now. Full points, which means we can then bring in Valentine with her ult and do some okay damage. All right, there's a counter. There's a counter. Leon, please don't kill her. Okay, good. And then we'll heal and we'll get a counter there. And another counter there. And another counter there, just lowering his health. And then the poison kicks in for 6,700, so not really a big increase there. He's got another ult, which we're actually going to take care of now. Yes. Let's do this. Alright. We will use the magic debuff against Velzard. And then we'll do the stat swap and the heal. We're at turn 9. So we're not quite maxed out on earth damage, right? We're at 50. But that's okay. I think we'll still be okay. Alright, so then let's reset all that, get counterattacks back up. And then we can AoE, and then maybe kill here with Adalman, Adalman and then Mirin, and then both of these ults can go against Velzard. Let's find out. 20,000 right there on Adalman. That's not bad. Okay, good. Leon's dead, so we can take the full force. 15,000 damage on that normal. Mirin does 41,000, and Valentine's going to kill. for probably like 58, 60, somewhere around there. 50. Okay, much less than I thought. All right. Well, oh well. Okay. Well, hey, we beat it. 9 turns. No one died. So there we go. Poison, you know, if you can get the greens, if you can get the stacks, then great. But, you know, this team does need a lot of skills to use, and you're only resetting at least only the 3 that are in front. So we had to make choices there. We couldn't really get a lot of stacks with Clayman's skill. We kind of had to rely on Adalman keeping up front because he is, you know, the point of the showcase. But, I mean, the team, as wonky as it is, can work, you know, under the assumption that you can get a bunch of greens. Do you need Valentine on this team? No. You could bring in another orb changer that'll do greens. Totally fine, but you're going to be missing out on a decent chunk of damage that I'm not sure the poison is going to make up for. Because we did, what, like 6, 12, 18, 24. We maybe did like 30,000 points of damage right there. Valentine's ult hit for 50. So, I mean, maybe foregoing her ult and bringing another orb changer to guarantee us to get more greens, therefore we can keep getting stacks. It could be an option. We'll see what Jubilee has to bring tomorrow as of recording this video, right? But, okay, I see what they did. I'm not a terribly big fan of it because, again, it's not going to be too useful outside of this Tempered Edge and this coming Jubilee. So 2 events, one of which is never coming back. So again, I don't really recommend you guys summon unless you really, really, really like Clayman and Adalman. Mirin, she's a fairly good unit. Mirin by herself is fairly good. You can swap her in. Benimaru is a kind of interesting protector, but he can work in certain situations. But otherwise, this Earth 2.0 team is just not it. We have now 8 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days and counting until the anniversary. 8 days and 1 hour and 42 minutes. Stay strong, my friends. So, overall, I'd give Adalman a B-. And Clayman, I would give him a C. Alright? Sorry. Just how it is. That's where I'd put him. Now that I've used him, I'll test him out a little bit more, and then I'll start working on the tier list videos. I have a few of them to make. So, stay tuned for those, but that's it for me, guys. Take it easy, and I will see you later.